Hello everyone, welcome back to the Book Corner. I am Honey, author and lover of good literature. So we are going through, I just finished reading the first part of the story. It's called The Spindle. And I did read the summary or the synopsis of the book, and it basically starts off with a woman that basically falls in love with this bizarre owner. She wants to marry him, and he calls her a heretic, and she leaves and gains like fortune and fame and stuff like that. And when she comes back, she happens to be a witch, and she happens to exact her revenge. So one of the things that we see in the first part of this story, and before I begin, I want to say this is day one of the um, spooky blog. And so she comes back as a witch, and she is basically handing out selling these animal heads. And one of the guy is like, I'll buy all the animal heads that you have, and she is paid for it. And what ends up happening is a lot of people end up dead. And the drawing on the first part, called as I said, it's called The Spindle, is definitely not for children. It also starts off before that with this girl that is being taught how to use a spindle, and so that she can learn how to weave. And this is a Islamic country. You can tell from how they dress and how they act and everything that this is an Islamic country. This is not something like, it's not Japan, it's not America, it's not England. It is an Islamic country and everything. So this was a really good part one, and tomorrow I will be reading part two. So I'm reading each part a day. There's like see here. There's like 4 arcs, and yeah, so very interesting and all that. So what I will actually do with this video is I'm going to label it Spooky Blog Days 1 through 7. So that's what it will be. That's what it will be labeled as. And yeah. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Alright, so yesterday I did not get to finish the second half of The Spindle, but that was day 2. So today's day 3, and I finally did finish with the second half of The Spindle. So, alright, so this actually is in Istanbul. Also was known as Constantinople. It was the forgot what other half of the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire got divided down into 2, and Constantinople was the capital of, I believe, the Eastern Roman Empire. It has to be. Okay. I'm sorry, my brain's fried today. So we have the witch, who is causing a lot of problems, and she has lost her way. And so she's like, she's there to remind the guy who like turned her down and everything. And basically there is this battle that goes on, and she basically says that Constantine is encased in marble, and he is a sentry and everything, and she just unloads on this guy. This guy has to watch as everything that he cares about is destroyed. However, this little girl shows up at towards the very end of it and reminds her of things that she had forgotten, things that she, you know. I absolutely loved The Spindle. I thought The Spindle was wonderful. I thought it was very well written and very well drawn. I'm going to give you some of the inside pictures of this. Right. This is some, like I said, some good quality work. It's like really nice. Yeah, so I thought, like I said, The Spindle is just about a woman who tries to fill her void in her life, and it also really shows like how powerful a woman is, and especially the witch, because the witch in media is always depicted as being this extremely powerful person that knows how to heal, knows how to cause destruction, and definitely the author relies heavily on the destruction elements of witchcraft and about what happens when you piss a woman off. And I did enjoy that about The Spindle. Both parts, I thought it was beautifully written, beautifully executed, and definitely worth whatever award it might have gotten. So yeah. So the next story, and then this is going to be for day 3. No, day 4. Sorry, day 4. Is going to be, I cannot pronounce the name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. So I'm done with the first arc, and now I'm in the second arc. There's a total of 4 arcs in this book. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, as I said, tomorrow's day 4, so I will be seeing you then. Hello everyone, I'm back. Welcome to day 5 of the spooky season. So once again, still going through this manga. I cannot pronounce the name of the second one in this book. So this deals with like shamanism and spirits, and it is literally what happens when the white man comes in, and after essentially killing everybody that is in the area, they bulldoze the land and they turn it into something they can use. As I said, all of these stories have something to do with witches and witchcraft, and shamanism is considered a form of witchcraft. And it's the end of it is like really interesting, because this guy is like eating this hot dog, and the spirits are saying, please don't eat us. That was creepy. Oh, that was creepy. Oh, man. Wow. These stories, as I'm reading them, I really understand why they won the awards that they did and why they're in this collection. And I'm really glad that I did pick up this book, because this book has been like, wow, this is something else. So I got this much read, and I still have this much to go. I will try to read one more story. I want to actually get done with the second arc. So what I'll actually do is like, I'll read the second arc, and then I will, then tomorrow, so I'll finish the second arc tonight, and then I will start the third arc tomorrow and finish this book on Saturday. So that way, I will, I will be done with the book, and then it can go, into my little bookshelf. My metal one that's like out there or over there. All right. Hello, I'm back with my final videos as far as my spooky thing is concerned. So we're still on the fifth day of it. So this is the bird riding witch, and so this is actually the end of the second arc, and this was actually the shortest of them so far, maybe like 5 pages long. And it was just basically about these two guys that are having tea, and basically talks about this, my sister died, she came back as a witch, and she teaches me things. And there's a mention of like the Inquisition, but I don't really think it's like that kind of Inquisition, not, stuff. Very, very short story. Like I said, a couple pages long, not like the other ones. And, yeah, just about two guys having tea. Alright, so I will come back tomorrow, and, I will start the third arc in this book. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Book Corner. I'm back for day 6. So this is day 6 of the spooky season reading. So my brother likes to argue about it. He goes, "It's not until next month." For us readers, it starts September 1st. So we're once again going through witches. I am done with the third arc. And the third arc just had one story, and it takes place in Europe. And these are areas that had once been ruled by the Norse. Because the mention of like the runes are in this story. And so we have witches that are basically doing what they do. And there's this girl that is in the story, and she has the potential of being a witch. And what's really weird about the story, besides the illustrations are really bizarre, is that the Vatican invites a witch in because of this particular stone that is causing problems. And it's kind of a very weird story that you have a church that persecuted and burned witches at the stake, consulting one for a stone that is way too powerful for the church to handle. The beginning of it was kind of like this space kind of thing, and it was kind of confusing because I was like, are we dealing with like a space adventure, or what are we dealing with? But we're actually dealing with just basically like the ending of an astronaut's life, which is actually this elderly lady, which is bizarre. And you go back a year before the events that unfolded, and it was just bizarre. It was like a really bizarre story. And all in all, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm really loving like the bizarre aspects of this book and everything that goes with it, and it's just really kind of this weird piece of literature. So yeah, so that was the only one that was in that arc. Tomorrow I will finish off it, and then after that I will pick another book to read. And this time around, I will make sure that I read a little bit like each day. So we'll get to it. But yeah, so day 6 for the spooky thing is over, and I will be back. Okay, guys. So at the time of this video, this is actually spooky number day 12. I will be absolutely honest. I did not read Witches for the last couple of days because I have been so busy with my book or books and all that type of stuff. And so I was like not doing that, and also I was like really dead tired and stuff. So I'm actually started the third arc in this book, and I'm getting near to the end of it. There's like it's like I got one more story to go, and then I'm done with the book, and then I will give you guys my overall impression of the book. So this one is once again a psychedelic road trip. Literally, you've got so much stuff going on here. Um, and I mean, it's definitely different. And the great thing about this was that I was able to read this book even when it wasn't like light out or like light was coming at my face. I was able to read it. I guess it's just because of like the nature of like how it's how it's written, or like the cult, like they use like black and white. That's why a lot of people think in manga like the Asians are like actually white because they're white in the thing, but they're not actually white. They're Asian, but you know. Um, I don't really have much to like really continue to say about this one. Um, it was just really weird, and you have this girl that goes through all this stuff and everything, just absolutely insanity, and it's like, okay, all right. But overall, I did enjoy the story a lot. The books in this collection are pretty decent, and it also helps me out in like understanding what I'm typing and on the page, and kind of trying to get the tone right, which is always a benefit. But yeah, so yeah, I'm done with that one. Hello, everybody. So I have finally finished the final story in this book. So this actually took me a lot longer to finish than I intended. I was going to read one story a day until I got to the end of the book. So the last one took place on the beach, and it has like kind of like this very weird beach vibe too. It's also the second shortest one in this collection because you know um, overall, I enjoyed this book a lot. I thought this collection of stories centered around witches and witchcraft, was really well done. The authors really know like what they're doing, and I'm going to take a really good guess that they did some research on witchcraft and witches and what they're supposedly known for doing. But definitely, I like that it's connected to like Japanese culture and everything. Even, of course, um, even the book reads like a manga, and this is actually just so good. I really highly recommend anyone to actually sit down and read this book, but please read it from read it from the you know the back. Um, but yeah, it was creepy. It was weird. It was odd. It might be the same thing, but it was absolutely a wonderful read. I was really glad that I got this book. I actually bought this at Barnes and Noble, and I went to their graphic novel section, and that's where I found this. I was like, wow, this looks really cool. Um, and yeah, so I am officially done with this one and everything. So, what I will actually be doing for my next spooky blog or spooky video is going to be a Fear Street book. I still have like, I think I've got like four, um, four Fear Street books left. I'm not exactly sure. I have to look, but I will be reading Fear Street next. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. So with Fear Street, I generally read like 5 chapters a day because they're very easy to get through and all that. So that is going to be the next set of blog videos, and I will see you guys around. And oh, by the way, I give it 5 stars. It's a great book.